Probably the most important point from my two talks is that discoveries in the laboratory are often more serendipity than they are planned science, and the real secret is to pay attention, and when those little pieces of serendipity come along, you're prepared to jump on them and make something out of them, and that's, I think, important for anybody that's starting out in research to understand a little bit about just being prepared for stuff that's out of the ordinary and taking advantage of those findings. The other thing is that I think we've made the respiratory care of the premature baby way too complex. I think it can be simplified dramatically, and that's the goal of our laboratory, because we want to produce devices for respiratory support that can be used throughout the world. That means they have to be cheap, they have to be easy to maintain, they have to be easy to use, and they have to work with sporadic electricity and sporadic gas sources, and all of our devices do just that. The other thing that's been striking to us is there are 1 million babies around the world every year that die of respiratory distress syndrome, and that's a real shame, because we have the knowledge to know how to drive that number down to darn near zero, and that's part of our goal. It's the law of big numbers. 1 million deaths a year. If we could impact that by 20%, we could save 200,000 lives a year. That'd make me feel pretty good. Well, in our laboratory, it's going to be headed towards simplifying our approaches to respiratory support and making things less expensive. Skip Smith, who is here with me, has developed a surfactant it's an offshoot of ExoSurf, except it's heat stable and has no protein in it, and it can be made very cheaply. The ingredients for it cost less than $1. So by the time you get through all the manufacturing and all, even if it got up to a couple dollars a dose, that would put it suddenly available for kids around the world if we can find ways to deliver it. So it's in our lab, we're going to continuously look for the simple, effective way of treating premature babies with respiratory distress. I think we'll be using surfactant given some way. I don't know if it'll be aerosolized, but it won't require intubation. I think we'll be using a lot more CPAP, especially when we get our Seattle PAP device up and running, because it gets around CPAP failures. There's still 40-50% of the babies we put on buccal CPAP are going to fail and go on mechanical ventilation. But if we could knock that number way down, then I think we could significantly impact the incidence of chronic lung disease, shorten the hospital stay for premature babies, and do everybody a lot of good.